y'all. Amanda here today with Empower House Life Coaching. Today I want to review circumstance versus thought. And per usual, I have a burning question for you. How many of you believe your thoughts are facts? Raise your hand. I thought so. It may be a little heartbreaking to hear that you've been wrong your whole life. Your thoughts are not facts. But before we get too much into the thought flow, I want to define circumstance. What is circumstance? Circumstance or circumstances, they are something that can be proven in a court of law. They're something that everybody can agree upon. They are neutral, neither good or bad. They only become good or bad once we apply thoughts to them. Interesting, right? So what are some examples of circumstances? Some examples might be, I received 3 emails this morning at 11:01 a.m. Another circumstance could be, I stepped on my digital scale today and a number was produced. Another circumstance, my hair is curly. I have a missed call on my phone. Those are all circumstances. They are neutral, they are facts, they are neither good nor bad. So what are thoughts? Thoughts are mental cognitions. They are your ideas, they are your perspectives, they are your opinions. Thoughts are sentences in our head, the stories we tell ourselves. Long-lived thoughts become attitudes and beliefs. Long-lived thoughts, like attitudes or beliefs, are developed after they have been repeated and then reinforced. The mind adds narrative to everyday events, which are often negative and often what we accept as true for ourselves. So in general, an estimate, we have about 6,200 thoughts per day. 80% of those thoughts are negative and 95% of those thoughts are repetitive. Crazy, right? It's a lot of negativity. Another question for you, question 2, is raise your hand if you are someone that loves to prove your thoughts right. I thought so. But before we add judgment to you or your thoughts, I think it's important to note that that is your ego identification. And your ego identification wants to be right because it believes in order for you to survive, it has to be right. The mind is always scanning for predators. It's always scanning for risk. It's always scanning for danger because it wants to keep you alive. That's why 80% of our thoughts are negative. And we are in a modern day world. The brain has not evolved in a way to see and accept or interpret modern day stress as not life or death. So we create the vibrations in our body, the feelings in response to those thoughts, as though it is death, even though it's not. So going back to circumstance, your thoughts are actually triggered by your circumstance. The brain is trying to interpret the situation. Is this going to kill me or not? And a lot of the time, it's a false kill thought. It's false. This is why it's extremely important for you to be conscious of what are you thinking, but more specifically, what are you thinking when you're activated? So when something triggers you, you hear something and you feel activated, a not so feel good. Maybe you feel upset, maybe you feel angry, maybe you feel in fear, maybe you feel sad. What are you thinking that's contributing to that feeling? So let's recap real quick. Your circumstances, those are facts. They can be proven in a court of law and they're neutral. They are neither good or bad. It's your thoughts that are your ideas, your perspectives, your beliefs, your attitudes. Your thoughts are what create the idea that this is a bad situation. This is a good situation. So my real goal with sharing this with you is that it isn't the circumstance that is bad or good. It's how you want to think about it that's making you unsettled. Hopefully that provides you with a sense of relief because it's not the circumstance that's pissing you off, that's making you angry, that's creating fear inside of you. It's not the circumstance. It's how you're thinking about the circumstance. So to conclude, you have the power. You have the power to feel however you want. So choose wisely. Choose your thoughts wisely because your thoughts can either empower you or they can paralyze you. The choice is yours. If you had any ahas, appreciations, feel free to drop a comment. Till next time, folks.